Welcome to Cool Tunes for a Hot Planet, the podcast that uses music to inspire us in the struggle against climate change. Songs to warm your soul so you can help cool the world.
Hi, I'm Warren Senders, and this is Cool Tunes for a Hot Planet, the podcast that brings together music with the struggle for environmental and social justice. In today's world, there are a great many forces trying to tear us apart, trying to damage our democracy and make it harder for us to respond to all the problems we see around us. We need music for inspiration, for motivation, and sometimes just because it's so beautiful. Today's program is an eclectic one. We'll touch on the Ukrainian struggle, the plight of fleeing immigrants, the rights of all humanity, and the dark shadow of those who are trying to roll back decades of our progress towards a better world. As we watch the chaos of war unfold in Ukraine, it's more important than ever to recognize our commonality, to realize that the oppression of one is the oppression of all. Our first song today is Ukrainian Now, composed by two folk music legends, John McCutcheon and Tom Paxton. They're joined by many voices, including Noel Paul Stuckey, Peter Yarrow, Holly Near, and Emma's Revolution, in a celebration of the idea that coming together makes us stronger than the forces that would seek to tear us apart.
When I open the paper, check out the news on TV, it's pictures of buildings exploding, all that I see. But there in the midst of the horde, the blood and the bone, are the Davids against the Goliath, defending their home. I am Ukrainian now, I will stand, I will not bow. Half-world awaits somehow, I am Ukrainian now. I am the Muscovite protesting out in the street. I am the rabbi learning to pray with my feet. I am the soldier who used to dance in the ballet. I am the father sending my family away. I am Ukrainian now, I will stand, I will not bow. Half-world away, but somehow I'm Ukrainian now.
The world that once was so big now feels so small. An attack on the freedom of one is aimed at us all.
Just too hard to see, but I can't look away like the coward that I used to be. While others are mounting resistance, risking it all, how can we stand by impassive when we hear their call? We are Ukrainian now, we will stand and we will not bow. Half-world away, but somehow we are Ukrainian now. We are are Ukrainian now.
We all are Ukrainian now.
Hey, this is John McCutcheon,
Tom Paxton,
and we are the co-writers of.
co-writers of Ukrainian Now.
And I guess it started just at the beginning of the right about the beginning of the war.
Yeah.
We were writing every Monday at 2:00, and we both,
We both said, we're songwriters. We have to do something about this.
And not only that, but one thing that I learned from you when I was, because I'm so much younger than you.
Well, I know, kid.
Was that, like Woody, because we were both influenced by Woody Guthrie.
Sure we were.
You reach out into the world. The world is your palette. It's not only your audience, but you write about what's going on. And so this seemed like a natural thing. And I remember you came up with the idea of doing the individuals.
Yes.
Like the guy who was in the ballet.
Yep. And sadly, I saw a little news item not long ago that a former ballet dancer died in the Ukrainian infantry.
Well, could it be the same guy? But then your old roommate from back in the early 60s, Noel Stuckey,
Yes.
the Paul of Peter, Paul, and Mary, has been doing a lot of really creative videos and called us and said, we need to do sort of a We Are the World type
Yes.
thing. And so we put the call out to a lot of our friends. And
Peter Yarrow.
Chris Matthews, Carrie Newcomer, Holly Near, Emma's Revolution, Joe Jenks, Noel, and Bill Miller. And they were all too happy to do it. And I've had communication with a bunch of them recently saying, is this song getting out there now? Because, of course, unfortunately, it's a topical song that grew legs again.
Well, I think we both respond to true heroism. These are people who are saying no to tyranny. And
maybe we could learn something from them.
Yes. We're getting a little dose of it, aren't we?
Yeah. So we're both really glad it's out there again. And we're just a couple of songwriters, hoping to lend a hand, and it's what we do.
You go, Ukraine.
Slava Ukraini.
That was Ukrainian Now, composed by John McCutcheon and Tom Paxton. On a personal note, Tom Paxton was the first person I ever heard live in concert in 1968 when I was a summer camper at a camp in Vermont. And I still remember watching Tom up there on stage doing some of his classic songs, I Can't Help But Wonder Where I'm Bound, Here's to You, My Ramblin' Boy, and the wonderful Talkin' Vietnam Potluck Blues. It's great to see Tom Paxton still working hard at it, still standing up for all the good stuff, and joining his voice with that of John McCutcheon and all those other folk music legends in Ukrainian Now. Climate change and war are two of the forces that can make people leave their homes and their lives. We often hear about refugees as if they are just statistics. 100,000 people at this border, 1 million people having to leave here, and those numbers seem big and overwhelming. But every single person fleeing a dangerous life for an uncertain future has a unique personal story. James Kahn uses the age-old sea shanty form to tell a few of those stories. Listen now to his Oh, the Ocean Rolls.
My name it is nothing, I'm from Runaway Bay.
Oh, the ocean rolls.
But the girl that I love lived in old Camagüey, and she wanted the ocean to take her away. So we stole us a boat near Havana town. Oh, the ocean rolls. Then we made out to sea in the chilly sundown. As the ocean will roll, sir, and some yet may drown, was 10 of us set out for freedom that night. Oh, the ocean rolls. With me and Selena, the tide it was right, and the ocean rolled out in the dark starry light. We set out our course for the mighty Gulf Stream. Oh, the ocean rolls. We sailed on a prayer and a daring great scheme, but the ocean may roll over pilgrims that dream. Oh, the ocean, may the ocean roll. The ocean, may the ocean roll. Our motor she chugged till a fine break of day. Oh, the ocean rolls. Was an engine from a Junt 59 Chevrolet, and the ocean rolled on as the red sky turned gray. A great storm befell us, a nor'easterly. Oh, the ocean rolls. Little Pablo was tossed into the turbulent sea, and the ocean rolls over the brave refugee. Well, the storm it did clear, but the old Chevy died. Oh, the ocean rolls. Poor Pablo's mother slipped over the side to look after her child far below in the tide. Oh, the ocean, may the ocean roll. The ocean, may the ocean roll. That evening old Joseph died quiet of thirst. Oh, the ocean rolls. But to drink straight seawater, by God, that's the worst. And the ocean does roll upon we who are cursed. A cigarette boat found us just floating out there. Oh, the ocean rolls. Selena, she joined them on the Buccaneer's Dare, and the ocean it rolls like a dark unheard prayer, and the smugglers took off with a mocking beware. Oh, the ocean rolls. Now Selena, she's gone to the bold pirate's lair, and the ocean rolls on without ever a care. Oh, the ocean, may the ocean roll. The ocean, may the ocean roll. At last we found fortune, caught a good western blow. Oh, the ocean rolls. For landfall we sighted on fair Key Largo, and the Coast Guard ship rolled, took our boat well in tow. Asylum I begged them, sanctuary I prayed. Oh, the ocean rolls. But was only detainee camp Miami-Dade. And the ocean rolls over the promises made. Some nights I still dream of the old ocean roll. Oh, the ocean rolls. Well, the immigrant life takes a terrible toll, and the ocean rolls o'er my disconsolate soul. Oh, the ocean, may the ocean roll, 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 the ocean. Hi, my name is James Kahn, and I wrote Oh, the Ocean Rolls. It's a song about immigration, and my thought was that when we talk about immigrants or refugees or immigration, generally we talk in terms of demographics or groups. Immigrants leaving Syria, refugees arriving in Poland, and no one ever talks about the individual stories. My grandparents were immigrants from Russia, and I was always very in love with their specific individual personal stories. So that's what I wanted to write a song about. And I chose Cuba because it's kind of ignored. It's maybe even un-PC on the left, especially because it's associated with all the politics of Castro in that time. But Cuban refugees are refugees just like everyone else, and everyone leaves their homeland for their own personal reasons, whether it's because of cartels or political violence or wars or famine or inability to get a job, whatever it is, and they leave for the hopes of landing in this new wonderful country. Sometimes the hopes are dashed. So that's what this song is about, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for listening.
70 years ago, in 1955, Pete Seeger was called to testify in front of the House Un-American Activities Committee. They wanted to quiz him about communist influence in folk music, and in particular about some of the songs that he sang and the audiences he sang them for. One of the songs that came into the spotlight was fellow Weavers member Lee Hayes' piece, Wasn't That a Time?, which referenced points in America's history when we fought tyranny and won, even when the odds were against us. Almost exactly 64 years ago, on April 3, 1961, Seeger finally came up for sentencing in a case of contempt of Congress, stemming from his refusal to testify. Seeger was offered the chance to make a statement, and he said the following. I'm going to read from David Dunaway's biography of Pete Seeger. He said, I am 42 years old and count myself a very lucky man. I have a wife and 3 healthy children, and we live in a house we built with our own hands on the banks of the beautiful Hudson River. For 20 years I have been singing the folk songs of America and other lands to people everywhere. The specific song, whose title was mentioned in this trial, Wasn't That a Time?, is one of my favorites. The song is apropos to this case. I wonder if I might have permission to sing it here before I close. You may not, Judge Murphy said firmly. Perhaps you will hear it some other time. Do I have a right to sing these songs? Do I have a right to sing them anywhere? The judge brushed aside Seeger's concerns and sentenced him to a year in jail for every count. 10 years. The sentences could be served concurrently, however, leaving him a year and a day in federal prison. Larry Lobert's piece, Isn't This a Time?, evokes Seeger, Thomas Paine, and Martin Niemöller in an unflinching look at our current historical moment. The odds are against us now, too, but we still rise.
When the thieves have claimed the temple, when everything's for sale, the conscience of the country is told to take a chair. When the crook wants to be jailer, to put the just in jail, isn't this a time? When power is exalted and cruelty is the king, when leaders stand in line to wait to kneel and kiss a ring, when fear has taken hold, when reason's taken wing, isn't this a time? First they came for them, I said let it be. Then they came for try the soul once more, as it did before. Isn't this a time? We've seen it all before, the great dictators show. Light the torch of chaos, watch the fire glow. Blame the weak who cannot speak and make the anger grow. Isn't this a time? Now you might not fear a man because of words that he may use. You might not fear the vengeful or exaggerated views, but fear a man like this when he's got nothing left to lose. Isn't this a time? Now first they came for them. I said let it be. Then they came for you. Now they're here for me, to try the soul once more, as it did before. Isn't this a time? Who were these broken people kings could not subjugate? And what's to be their legacy? What's to be the fate of all their shared belongings, of hope and love and hate? Isn't this a time? First they came for them. I said let it be. Then they came for you. Now they're here for me, to try the soul once more, as it did before. Isn't this a time?
I'm Larry Lobert, and my song, Isn't This a Time, obviously borrows its title from the Pete Seeger tune of a different era with similar difficulties. Ironically, I wrote the song over a year ago and long before the November 4 election, at a time when I would have seen the lyrics as cautionary, if not describing a dystopian world that we would be entering if MAGA and Donald Trump ever seized power again. Well, I guess now my song has turned from something cautionary to a lament. What amazes me, however, is to see how every line and lyric really seem to describe the situation that is unfolding now, from selling the democracy to would-be oligarchs, to suppressing people of conscience who might object, all very much in the style of the 1930s and 40s dictators. If it has value now as this calamity unfolds, perhaps it's to name it for what it is, nothing short of an attack on the democracy that we all care so very much about. My final verse is purposefully in the past tense, looking back at the great American experiment in democracy and wondering what is to become of all of our hopes and dreams. I frame it this way because to me it gives it the gravity that is deserved, that this is truly an existential moment for democracy and hopefully inspires the energy to provide all of the resistance we possibly can to what is unfolding before us now. Other generations have obviously faced challenges as difficult or more difficult, and now is our time.
One of the greatest voices in the history of music and social justice was the Chilean folk singer, activist, and poet Victor Jara, who was murdered by the Chilean fascists in 1973. His song, El derecho de vivir en paz, the right to live in peace, is a moving plea that all of us have that right to live in peace and without fear. In this rendition, many great Chilean musicians come together to render Jara's hymn, a hymn to the better angels of our natures, to our shared hopes for a peaceful world. El derecho de vivir en paz, the right to live in peace.
El derecho de vivir sin miedo en nuestro país,
en conciencia y unidad, con toda la humanidad.
Ningún cañón borrará el surco de la hermandad. El derecho de vivir en paz, con respeto y libertad. Un nuevo pacto social, dignidad y educación, que no haya desigualdad. La lucha es una explosión que funde todo el clamor. El derecho de vivir en paz.
Con respeto y libertad y un nuevo pacto social, que no haya desigualdad.
Los estudiantes no lo dejarán dormir si usted no los deja soñar. ¡Vamos, vamos! ¡Este es el cambio! ¡Viva Chile, mierda!
Es la paz nuestra canción, es fuego de puro amor, es palomo, palomar, olivo del olivar, es el canto universal, cadena clara triunfar, el derecho de vivir en paz. La 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 es el canto universal, cadena que hará triunfar el derecho de vivir en paz. El derecho de vivir en paz. El derecho de vivir en paz.
I'm Warren Senders, and this has been episode 12 of Cool Tunes for Hot Planet. Please like and subscribe and let all your friends know about this podcast. Until next time, thank you for listening.
And now again the madmen come, and shall our victory fail? There is no victory in a land where free men go to jail. Isn't this a town
It's a time to try.